Oi, meu nome é Juliana, meu nick é Jubes e eu sou da equipe Mibr, né, do Brasil. O sentimento depois de jogar contra a Zipto, eu acho que é um sentimento de tranquilidade, eu acho que a gente conseguiu jogar o nosso jogo, né. A gente não tá no nível que a gente quer ainda falta um pouco, mas a gente colocou uma meta da gente melhorar a cada jogo, então eu acho que a gente conseguiu melhorar os 10%, né.
Guardian remaining, and then the Vandal as well, but Zipto, oh, okay. Christ, SRN is something else!
No.
Just eviscerates three! Wait, whoa. Okay, Alexi ain't letting that happen. SRN not gonna be able to bull either side, but now down so low, surely dead!
Perder contra a G2 foi muito importante pra gente ver com algumas coisas, alguns defeitos, algumas coisas pra consertar. E eu acho que agora a gente pode realmente começar a jogar o nosso jogo. A gente já começou, né, no caso. A gente teve um pouco de choque de realidade, eu acho. A gente realmente acordou muito tranquila e muito relaxada e muito confiante também. O próximo jogo vai ser, sim, uma oportunidade da gente se vingar.
That was the OMEN player moment from Mibr. Welcome back to the desk. I'm Victoria, together with Kukuka, and we also have special guests from Zipto. We have Ineri and Alexi. OMEN player moment had some moments featuring you guys as well, and we got to see a bit of Bind. I know
We're
this
so
is
sorry. We're sorry that you had to see it again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Any quick feelings? You guys are okay? Recovered?
We're having flashbacks because there was a lot of things that Mibr did that they did to us yesterday, like the B-long push and the shower
garden
stake.
In fact, on that, let's reflect on the map we saw just now. Let's move on to our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. And Sayuri is definitely the lady of the hour.
Yeah, I think that throughout this entire map, the casters were doing a brilliant job highlighting the work the Sayuri was doing, especially on the defense. A 10-2 half for the roster of Mibr. Yes, we expected the attack to be quote-unquote comfortable, but what Sayuri was doing from the Brimstone, and especially from this position, was on a different level.
What did you guys make of Sayuri's performance on this map?
We have a fragging IGL, so she's the best, you know?
She's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
So clutch.
Yeah, these moments by Sayuri. I mean, this is a little bit different than yesterday's Bind. I think there were, like you said, there were some repeats here, but I think with Sayuri really stepping up to kind of give it a different flavor. Yeah, she had, I think, 100% clutch rate.
I mean, she was only on a couple of them, but we can say, you know, with a head high that she was in the two clutches that she won, and definitely for a map that ended up being so close. Those moments are the determinant ones. We know that those clutch moments are bound to happen for G2 as well. I think that we see it constantly. But then on Bind, changing the composition from the side of G2, I think that they have been doing throughout the entire tournament. In fact, they've changed composition in most of the maps. I think that this could be the fifth or the sixth. They've only kept the same thing onto Haven, and probably it's because they're spotting their own flaws and they're seeing weaknesses, and probably this is like an easy fix. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, actually, you had some comments about the agent comp change. What?
I was surprised that
it.
they changed their comm on Bind, but I think for me, personally, I think they just need to fix like the habits on like the behavior of like the team, you know. But I lost. I cannot say anything, you know? But yeah.
You can now. You guys are now you're guests. Now you can relax and just analyze the game.
Alexi,
based on
you were in the
experience.
debate club. You know how to debate. You know that saying I lost is not enough. You have better arguments for that.
Yeah.
So what do you make of the comp change just now? And it looks like they're keeping the comp for Sunset, but do you agree with that, Ineri?
I didn't really like the G2's bridge comp, but I think towards the end we see a lot of creative like stunts. Like the stunts was like really impactful and it brought G2 back into the game. So I think the comp change was really, it was a huge gamble, but it kind of turned out almost good for G2. So I kind of agree with the comp change actually.
Okay. Well, we are looking at Sunset now. This is a map you ladies are very familiar with as well. What are you making of this, especially between G2 Gozen and Mibr?
I really like G2's comp with the Neon and Fade and Breach. But SRN on Raze is it's just different. So I feel like MIBR will take this map for me, I think.
All right, well, we definitely want to keep you ladies here on the desk with us, but we do need to go into this third map of today. Is this going to go the distance? Are we going to get a full series? That is the question that remains in all of our minds as we toss it over to Ender and Mimi.
Well, the last time G2 goes in, took to this stage in a best out of 5. They pulled off the reverse sweep. They beat Shopify Rebellion. They won the first GCC title. And if they want a chance to win again, they need another reverse sweep.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. But the present, MIBR are the victors of 2 incredible maps, crushing back on Bind. Now we go into very different territory. A map G2 are much stronger on. Already, we know G2 like to play faster pace early on the defensive side. Getting active up into A while MIBR take control over mid.
Be responsible for spotting towards mid. She's stunned. Lucky for her, no Neon on the other side, so she'll escape with her life just barely. Nade towards spawn. That's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, crazy fight into mid with Melissa waiting for that aggro. This trade's 1-for-1, but G2 have to like their chances. They have control over backside. They're using that smoke to beat posted forward.
But MIBR want to fight backside. Amy, eviscerated. And Petra can't swing back through. So MIBR regain control of this round.
Yeah, G2, that smoke just stuffed him out of the round. Now they have to refocus their efforts on market. They found this timing to creep up.
Only Jubes is watching. SRN turns and maybe they don't even need anymore. Jubes for 1. Swings in for another. The stun from Sayuri is perfection. And it's another pistol round for MIBR.
Near perfect as well. Jelly was the only person that took damage, I believe. This is that fight in mid where actually Rescue was able to get the timing and snipe that first player into market. But MIBR are going to be aware of some of G2's tendencies when it comes to this Neon looking for refights, sort of like flanking you as you're running into that market on a B split. It's really good that Melissa was waiting and ready.
It's such a well-called round. And so big for MIBR. The 2 other teams left in this tournament are both former champions. They've won a GCC before. But MIBR, all 5 of their players, this is their first ever appearance at an event outside Brazil.
Oh my word!
They're delivering? Okay, Jubes.
Yeah. By the way, everyone else on MIBR, Vandals in round 2. Jubes, Ghost, no problem. 3 kills.
Yeah, MIBR haven't been FPX buying, but they pull it out this round then.
It's a next level FPX by 2.
Yeah, normally it's what, 2 rifles?
Yes, the 3 rifles is the common one. Of course, that gives them excellent chances heading into round 3 because looks like Sayuri was actually donated the rifle by Jupe. She'll have enough to buy in the next one and return the favor.
Sayuri does drop, so that's 1 rifle gone. Good job to her,
but it was an FPX buy after all.
They still keep 3.
You ready to go, Lindo?
I mean, look at their money. They can just buy 2 more rifles. Why even waste time on a bonus? Just keep playing it out. And I really think that Sunset is a map, especially on attack, where Cypher players thrive. You need a strong player that can control that space in mid. Have a really suffocating first half.
Jubes is quite literally more quiet than the rest of her team. But when she has that round, that perfect lurk, you remember it.
I like the way MIBR are calling right now. Avoiding that early fight into A main. Breach stun paranoia is annoying, but they're seizing this timing.
SRN's going so deep. Petra wasn't even blind. SRN wins it anyway. And now this is a crunch onto A. G2 have attempted to fight out of it, but now Vanya has to fall back. They group up together on this site. MIBR, they're so patient. Taking their time, now they scale in, but SRN was ahead of everyone else and goes down alone.
It's all on Vanya here in elbow. Blinded up though, forced into the smoke and pinched from both sides.
2 left for the European side.
Some low HP on MIBR though. Mimi could do some work here.
Amy has a chance. Drops down. Melissa low, that's one. Flicks around, ready for Jubes, but Jubes doesn't give away the game. No one on MIBR peeking, but Jelly's out wide. Mimi gets one, now we're even, but time is still a big factor for G2. Amy, 1v2, it's Sayuri! Again! Every time G2 have a chance, every time there's some semblance of hope, she rips it away.
Sayuri has been playing next level Valorant these last two maps. Her bind, absurd. And then here winning it out as well. She, again, the only player with a pistol in this round, upgrades to the Vandal after getting the first kill. That's two more easy ones.
And that's their IGL. The player who's flexing around roles, played Brim last map, Breach this one.
Where are you?
You know you've got to worry about Jelly, about SRN. Sayuri is just there lurking behind them. Always a threat.
G2 walk up A. Melissa spots it. There's a stun in. MIBR doing well to contain.
G2 have just shown so much aggro into A main. MIBR have not fallen for it. They keep getting into these B splits, into this mid pressure. It's worked nicely for them. Forces Mimi to fall out of market while the rest of G2 rotates in super fast.
SRN. The cage, Mimi spins wide, gets one back through the smoke. But MIBR again, trading out well, taking control of this site and just getting that spike down now. Vanya, so far away in a 1v3.
Doesn't even really matter if G2 have those fast rotates, does it? MIBR just went out in the hit anyways. Vanya will try her chances with the Sheriff, but there's no guns easily recoverable.
Shadows traveling.
Vanya through the smoke. Okay.
Dear Lord!
That's a good shot, but she can't do it twice. Scary. But MIBR still win that one out. It's now 4-0.
In case you forgot, Vanya's a shooter, people.
G2 are gonna need more of that energy back. They were getting rolled to start bind. They were covered there to 13-10.
It's the same story here. 4 rounds lost in a row, and that timeout button pushed. G2, I'd be shocked, honestly, if they kept fighting aggressively over A lobby. They could maybe set up some trap plays over there, like keep bodies on that side of the map. But MIBR just opened up so strongly into mid multiple times that I'd really like to see G2 show some different looks, whether it's, you know, a fast aggro piece into mid with the Neon diving into tiles, that can be effective. Switching things up entirely and controlling B main behind an Omen smoke. The problem kind of is ever since the changes to the map, it's a lot harder for a defender to hold on to B main control now that you don't have that sign that you can hide behind. There's really only 2 angles that you can be stuck on, and MIBR have plenty of util to flush you out.
Yeah, you either want to full commit or hope that, like last time G2 played against MIBR on this map, you're not checking your corners.
Yeah, hey, if they'll take anything they can get at this point. G2 just needs something to work out for them. And if you're looking at the minimap, yeah, Breach is over on the A side. You have a stun, potentially. But I do feel like this won't just be sprinting them down.
Will reveal their secrets.
Don't
I'd
think
really
so.
like a trap off of some of Petra's utility.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Thrash for MIBR. That triggers this trap, but G2, they have to give space.
That's
Break
all
that
of their
ult.
stuns use. They
Yeah.
have no space. They're stuck and getting stunned up themselves.
And MIBR, they're going to recover their Thrash, wait a couple seconds, and they have another layer to this execute.
Wow, G2 lose big, but they're trying to refight back in.
I think they wanted to deny that orb. It's already too late for that. Maybe they can get some kills.
SRN down.
Rescue, that's a good start. She doubles up, but she's lost her fade, and now that Thrash becomes active again.
Yeah, it's weird trying to see how many players are on site as the
2
trip
players
is being broken. Mimi's just ready for it, though.
All right, Mimi. Rescue got detained. Will wiggle her way out of that. As Jelly, 1v4, 36 health. This should be no problem for G2.
What you got, Jelly? That's not bad. Yeah, the blind's not going to make your life easy. All right, G2 goes, and they're on the board. I'm genuinely shocked they pulled that round back. The early thrash, MIBR spending so much into A, completely stuffed what G2 was trying to do. But this call on the refight and ResQ shooting like that, that's going to get you round wins.
Absolutely. Mimi as well. All those players we need to see coming online for G2. Put in a footnote on that round. But on to the next. MIBR still have money. They still have a raise rocket, and if you fail, try again. They're going back A.
It's interesting. I think MIBR coming out of the timeout were maybe expecting something that was similar to my read, which was G2 playing lighter on A. Instead, they've actually just walked into this fight a lot. Keep your eyes on the breach positioning. That is a nasty stun line to fight off of. And SRN doesn't need it.
No.
Isn't even going to ask. But that follow-up stun is pretty.
And there's the rocket to follow it up. Petra somehow Houdini's her way out of that situation and gets a kill for it too. Dodges the flash, but she's traded out.
MIBR up one player. Emi, though, can use that smoke to creep on forward. No one's really on site. It's just SRN. As if the wingman plant. And now the smokes go down. Mimi finds that first one. She has been crisp, but Sayuri's just been a little bit better.
One hiding.
Still advantage with MIBR. Sayori has a rolling thunder.
Timing.
She's gonna rip it. Amy dodges it. She's too far ahead. Another. She needs a kill here. And SRN again and again delivers rounds for MIBR.
Yeah, that duo of SRN and Jelly. You're going to be hard-pressed to beat them in a late-round situation. G2, they thought they'd had something back. There's even moments in that round where Petra finds that first kill, but MIBR just see through the muck, honestly.
One enemy remaining.
To come out on top in that one.
Weird buy for G2. I'm surprised ResQ has this rifle instead of handing it to someone else, and well, I guess she's bought down,
She's
so
bought it, yeah.
he's just gonna use it this round, has a neon ult for next.
I like that.
My ult is ready.
Even if she falls, someone else can pick that one up. I think it's the right call on an eco round like this. And interestingly, G2 actually trying to play up here in B main. MIBR have really not gone B main at all. It's been a ton of mid play, lately going into A, but G2 have read this almost perfectly.
Crossfire.
10 seconds and Mimi has a stun, ready to kill all these players, but they're beating that timing, and that's just about perfect. Well done on the entrance.
The trust from MIBR. No util use. Just
Stun
Jelly
up
and
it too,
SRN
by the way.
together. Yeah, there it is.
It's just a perfect timing to seize that one.
Mimi. Okay, maybe that stun can get her some value now, but look at the utility coming in from MIBR. And the shots too. Sayuri always delivers.
Petra's using the Nightfall? Are you kidding? A 1v2 with the Sheriff. She thinks she has a chance. There's a Vandal at her feet. It's hers now. Util comes out, biding her time. Waiting for the moment to strike, but it's a perfect crossfire and it's unnecessary. MIBR just can't lose these rounds.
The synergy between these players is unreal. When we talk about G2, we talk about it in the span of years. Building a dynasty in EMEA, winning every event, doing everything. MIBR are one of the newest teams at this event. They formed at the beginning of this year. They dethroned Team Liquid Brazil, who beat G2 in GCC last year. And now they're showing up and decimating one of the tournament favorites.
Fashion like this, form like this was unexpected. What can G2 show us to make us believe again? Right now, they've got double trips in mid, maybe even looking for a refight. It's pretty rare to see ResQ fall out of A main this early on.
Got the spike. Oh yeah! Monster on the loose.
Here comes the thrash.
Good stun. Here we go!
Ruby, ResQ! It's only 1-for-1. She absolutely needed to get more from that.
Melissa has always been ready for ResQ from tiles on these mid plays.
Catch them.
Petra and Amy.
Ulting into main, Vanya's out of her mind. She sticks it, and she wins the duel.
What the hell? She has no business, but this time, her antics are denied. And the second wave of the thrash is inbound. Jelly clears through this site, and G2 is forced back.
Mimi is stuck behind this wall. She's gonna go all the way around the world on the flank.
But she's not gonna be here for a while.
Petra's alone. Petra has to find something from backside here to pull pressure onto her while Mimi goes for that flank.
I mean, she's just hopping around, getting spammed down to 30 health. They know exactly where she is. MIBR won't even greet the plant. They want Petra dead. They're hunting for her, but she's on the run. Tucks back towards Market.
She's waiting for it. She gets the kill as the blind comes down. It's into a 2-on-2 now. Petra is ready and waiting and gets the frag. G2 back up in numbers. Desperately in need of this round. And with the flash coming in, Melissa somehow equalizes. Petra's so low, and Melissa gets the job done.
That was G2's round.
They did everything they needed to win that, and it slips away.
It was the perfect round. The crowning duo. Petra and Mimi back together to save the team. And it doesn't happen. Instead, Melissa wins a Red Bull clutch. And MIBR's train keeps on rolling.
How is that gonna happen? Just how? G2 goes and now trailing 6 rounds. They used a timeout 4 rounds ago, Mimi. They won the next round. We'll give them that. But now they are out.
We talk a lot about G2's veterans. But right now, I'm looking at the 3 new players who got brought into the roster this year and are now under the pressure of an organization who has a history of success in this scene. They've looked down and out throughout this final. And you can't let this be the way your year ends.
No, not when this team was built to win it all. To reclaim that former glory of G2's.
There was 2 teams coming into this event that were win or bust. Shopify and G2, that was the expectation. G2 are on the eve of losing another lower final to another Brazilian team.
Would be a heartbreaker. Right now, Brazil up 7-1. G2 gonna get active into mid early. They've got no money, Mimi. But maybe some early aggression is what they need. I could have used some of this a long time ago, but I like the spot Rescue's found herself in.
Yeah. Vanya. Okay.
Talk about those new players. Vanya was the superstar.
But SRN's taking the site. And it's going deep as well. Wants to disrupt any retake attempt from G2. Look at this confidence. Not a care in the world. The boom bot gets the kill. I mean, maybe a little overdone. But she still has the kill. And
I mean, what is that? How are you going to play the game? It's just not possible. You're either getting overwhelmed by jellies you to...
What? Petra! Come on! Give something for G2 goes in. This is her chance. She spins around, Shorty out! And again! In the 1v1, Petra fails.
How many times has Petra been one away? She keeps finding these ridiculous moments, but can't seal the deal.
Literally back-to-back rounds.
Even on Bind, there were chances. And it is just disheartening.
You can feel the momentum.
Look at A-Main with an early stun. Rescue on the slide out in front. MIBR going to be ready on the recluse. Oh, look at that stun line. Rescue stunned up. The goop is in Vanya's eyes. G2 can't fight this out, but Vanya somehow clears through it.
And she's dead. Traded by Jelly. Rolling Thunder committed into the site. Mimi's shoot away.
Even on the other side, Petra tried to go for a flank, but Neural Theft spotted that out. She's got to give it up.
Come on, G2.
Spike planted.
They really have to go for this round. Petra has an ult. They've lost too many close ones. This has to be the round, but look at MIBR. The util again is just so damn good! And Sayari rises to another occasion.
She is always stepping up for this team. MIBR, I mean, an excellent reclear. The utility just about perfect. Yeah, Vanya finds the one. But MIBR's actual set pieces have been so overwhelming.
G2 cobbles together a buy. Half armor on everyone.
Mid-fight, tiles dive, Neon goes in, rescue. What can she find? The counter blind is perfect! And G2's play is shut down in its tracks!
I don't think there is anyone like SRN on the Raze. When she is getting overwhelmed by another player, always throws that forward satchel, knocks their aim off.
Wait for Mimi. Mimi, G2 just need a round. They don't need it to be pretty, they just need it. Simply put, and it's not gonna happen.
They just fall one by one. Amy's gone too. MIBR are steamrolling G2 goes in. A wall in their face, the last two players blinded up. Every piece of utility working against them.
I mean, look how active they're getting. SRN is in their spawn, is wrapping up behind to finish off the round. MIBR are crushing G2.
Now 10-1.
They're just making it look easy, Mimi.
Not a single member of G2 positive.
And it's just a heartbreaking way to go. 1 round out of 11. MIBR, they can taste it already.
This year was supposed to be redemption for G2 goes in. But SRN wants to steal that opportunity away from them.
Ultimate in from Vanya. SRN is still going for it. What? She won that fight?
No one thought she would.
I sure didn't.
Okay, Vanya up top. 1 for 1. Nothing more. Every chance isn't real.
SRN's just still going back into spawn for more.
They can't even follow up off this Rolling Thunder. SRN is blinded, stunned. She still gets 2! How in God's name has SRN done that? 1 kill away from securing the A. She won't get it. But MIBR are up 11-1. They're 2 rounds away from the championship.
Enemy remaining.
Red Bull gives you wings.
And 1 at the half for MIBR. A pistol round, a conversion, anything away from winning this championship.
I mean, look, it was Similar straights, not quite as dire in map 2, and G2 gave one heck of a run to try and come back in that. It starts with a pistol, but it is a long road ahead.
G2. 3 players grouped outside A.
Yeah, getting onto that same breach stun line. Make sure no one can hold easily from elbow. It's really kind of just the SRN show over on A. A lot of times you'd say she'd probably fall out of that line if she hears something, but something tells me SRN's gonna be fighting for this, Mimi.
SRN has been a nightmare for G2.
Okay, G2 don't actually speed up off of that. They expect more players on that side of the map, so Amy is activated into mid, but here comes the crunch. Mibr with the blind, shut down the lurk, and force G2 into an A finish.
It's gonna be a 4v3 retake. G2, how do they approach this? You want to get active, you want to try and play forward here, but they don't really have any opportunities.
So here he has full utility.
Gecko, Wingman will already reveal onto one. Stun. Counter util's good. That'll slow down the retake for a second, and Petra starts things right. They've granted some space, and now Petra's wrapping around. Can she make it in time, though? Because their teammates are dying on the site, and now she's the only one left. 1v2. Petra's been so close so many times, and it's the same here. Mibr, 1 round away.
What a performance from this team. Brazil has just captivated the game changer scene. Whether it was the lower bracket run from Team Liquid last year, or the antics of SRN in this Mibr roster.
A completely different team than the one who made it to the finals last year. From a region with only 1 representative at this tournament, Mibr has gone all the way.
But G2 won't go down without a fight. The crowd's still behind them. A force on this round, and Rescue moving on in. Has the judge in hand. Players blinded up in backside, but SNR finds the first one. Rescue, no more bullets left in the tank, and SRN is just making minced meat out of G2. Blinded up, but it doesn't matter. Mibr are going to the finals.
For the 2nd year in a row, G2 goes in crumble at the hands of a team made in Brazil. It's a completely different roster, but they've done it regardless. A 3-0, a 13-1, and a match against Shopify Rebellion.
It's gonna be so good. You have to feel for G2 goes in on stage right now, faltering just 1 step away from being able to run it back, to have that rematch in the finals. They had an excellent year, but fall just short at the finish.
Heartbreak, 2 years in a row now for G2 goes in.
But the crowd has been with them the whole time.
And you know they'll be back. A last bow. What was the House of Gozen?
But it wasn't their day. It was Mivr's day, Mimi. And what a performance out of them. The 3-0, as you said, SRN shooting out of their mind. And Sayuri, oh my word. The in-game leader for Mibr having one of the beastliest performances I have ever seen.
It was unreal from her. She formed this team less than a year ago, putting together players who had never been to an international event before. And now they're a best-of-5 away from lifting that trophy that they so desire.
Team Liquid failed to pull off the reverse sweep. Failed to win it last year. Made in Brazil. Have a chance this time around. You have a moment to check out some of the map highlights. It is all Mibr.
When Sayuri was interviewed heading into this event, She said, we're not going just for MIBR. We're going for all of Brazil.
Yeah.
Game Changers means a lot to the Brazilian scene. You have at least 2 rosters who can compete for a championship on an international stage.
Yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't like MIBR just dominated all year. You've got serious contenders, Team Liquid, Loud, The Works. But as the sole representative on the international stage for Brazil, MIBR have made good on that promise to their region and have stunned us all here in the arena today.
SRN, an incredible series from them. Every one of these players for MIBR had their moment in this match, and I think there's no better way to do it, right? You're going to another best of 5 tomorrow. You get this one out the way quickly. It was an incredible match, but let's check in with Jubes in our Verizon post-match interview.
I'm standing here right now with Jubes of MIBR. Congratulations.
Thank you,
My goodness,
thank you.
this is the roster's first global tournament. And you just brought down one of the biggest teams in the world. What's going through your head right now? You were in grand finals.
Então, primeiramente, parabéns pela vitória. Você agora está a um passo de ir para as grandes finais. E você acabou Você acabou de derrotar um dos maiores times do mundo no primeiro campeonato mundial do time de vocês. Como é que você está se sentindo? O que você quer falar pra gente?
I'm nervous. Oh my God, I'm speaking. Muito obrigada. Eu estou muito feliz. Eu acho que o que a gente está fazendo nesse campeonato é com certeza uma história de superação. É um reprise do que a gente fez o ano todo e eu sinto muito orgulho do meu time, cada uma delas e da coach Steph também. E eu estou muito nervosa, eu não sei muito o que falar.
Overall, I'm very nervous. I don't know exactly how to say, but first of all, thank you. Yes, I'm very proud of my whole team. We came all over here, so we are making history. I'm proud of all of them, each one of them. And that's it. I'm very happy.
I can feel a lot of excitement coming from Jubes as well. I love your energy. And, you know, this was a very, very dominant win. This was amazing. From Abyss to Bind and then to Sunset. Can you tell us, like, how did this happen? Was it preparation? Was it luck? Was it just the thrill of running the lower bracket? Tell us.
Então, desde Abyss para todos os outros mapas foi assim bem dominante da parte de vocês. O que foi que aconteceu? Foi o boost que vocês pegaram da Lauer? Foi sorte? Foi toda a preparação do ano? O que você tem a falar?
Eu acho que o nosso time, ele estava um pouco nervoso, né, no primeiro jogo, só que depois que a gente perdeu, a gente teve um choque de realidade. Então, a gente realmente confiou no processo que a gente fez o ano todo e a gente batalhou muito para estar aqui, então a gente se relembrou disso e hoje eu acho que a gente não está 100% ainda, mas a gente conseguiu mostrar bastante do nosso jogo.
If I had to say, like, my team started a little bit, like, nervous. Yeah, like, here we are. I won't say that we are still at 100%, but we are, like, getting there. We just, like, fought so hard to be here and, like, to achieve what we are achieving. So this is what we got.
It definitely shows, and I keep hearing it's not yet MIBR at 100%, right? But Jubes, Jelly mentioned that you are actually like the vibes merchant of the team, and we saw it earlier on the stage. You were saying to the crowd, "Oh, cheer for us, cheer for us." So can you tell us where you get this energy and what do you bring to the team, especially in an important match like that?
Então, Jelly mencionou que você é a energia do time, você traz a energia, você junta todo mundo. E a gente acabou de ver você no feed, que estava pedindo para torcer para você. Se você concorda com isso, o que você tem a dizer?
Eu acho que sim, eu acho que já me falaram isso, né, que eu sou o coração do time. Então eu tento trazer amor em tudo que eu faço e eu tenho certeza que eu consigo trazer amor para elas também. E eu fico muito feliz de estar fazendo bem o meu trabalho, né. Jelly, te amo.
Oh.
Somehow I kind of agree. Like, I heard before that I'm kind of like the team's heart, and I'm very happy to be actually doing my job properly and like showing that. So, Jelly, I love you.
Oh, I can kind of feel that as well, that you are the team's heart. Now, of course, up next is going to be Shopify Rebellion. You're going to be up against Fluorescent. You're going to be up against Mel. You're going to be up against Alexis. How are you guys going to prep? How are you guys feeling?
Então, para o próximo jogo contra a Shopify Rebellion, você vai estar enfrentando grandes oponentes também. Como você vai se preparar? O que você está esperando do jogo?
A gente vai manter a preparação, né, que a gente fez nos últimos dias, porque desde quarta a gente está jogando sem parar. Então, eu acho que esse ritmo de jogo é muito bom pra gente, a gente consegue lidar bem com esse tipo de situação. Então, a gente só vai manter mesmo o que a gente está fazendo, a gente se sente bem preparada e confiante.
Overall, we've been playing like back to forth with not like much time to like stop, but we are pretty comfortable and actually have good feelings with like this streak of energy. It helped us, so I'm pretty sure we're just gonna keep the prep that we've been doing, and it's gonna be a very good game for us there.
Well, excited to see that streak of energy continue. Congratulations, Jubes. Congratulations to MIBR.
Is she able to do like a message?
Of course, please. The floor is yours. Let's hear it for Jubes.
O palco é seu, vamos lá.
Tá. Ai, meu Deus. Mãe, pai, irmão, irmã, eu amo muito vocês. Eu sei que vocês estão aí no Brasil me assistindo. E para eu chegar aqui, eu tive que ter o apoio de todos vocês. Eu sei que vocês me apoiam muito e vocês são minha base. Eu tô aqui por vocês, sempre vai ser por vocês. Enquanto eu estiver aqui, vai ser por vocês. E eu amo vocês mais que tudo. E obrigada por tudo. Tamo junto.
Mom, dad, brother, sister, I love you. Thank you for the support. If I am here right now, it was because all the support that you've been giving me, all the love, and I will be here. I will be there tomorrow. If I still gonna be performing well, it's because of you. You guys are my base, so thank you, and I love you so much.
Beautiful message. Let's hear it one more time for Jubes. MIBR, your grand finalists up against Shopify Rebellion. We cannot wait to see it.
MIBR winning the lower finals, moving on to the grand finals, going against former champions, Shopify Rebellion. This is huge. It seems like MIBR just gets better and better throughout this tournament, Wyatt.
Yeah, and we questioned at the beginning of the day, will history repeat itself from last year? Will Brazil knock out G2 Gozen and then face SR in the final? Yep, history has repeated itself. This team, they just look insane. The form that SRN and Jelly have been in on this lower bracket run, I mean, you guys, you were able to take a map off them. I'm curious to ask you guys, like, what Shopify need to do to, you know, actually try and win this game, to win those maps.
I think Shopify is good at adapting how your team play. So I think it's gonna be a great match for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be incredible. And we were talking a bit about SRN. We have to talk about SRN. It's
so insane.
Absolute insane performance. Definitely one of the best raised performances we've been seeing in this tournament. Here, do you guys have any moments with SRN that are just absolutely unforgettable, whether in your match or this match here today?
I think for me, in our match in Sunset, I don't really remember which one it was, but whenever they get the B side, like, and then we're trying to prep for retake, suddenly SRN is like pushing our base, and then we have to like fight against SRN first, even before taking the side, and it felt very hard for us, because like suddenly SRN is just gonna kill everyone in the team. She's gonna get an ace, and then she's gonna, like, I don't know, it's just crazy. I think that was the most memorable moment for me in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I'm sure coming head-to-head against SRN is something else. There was, for me, also on Bind, but just now on this map against G2 when they both pulled out the showstoppers and SRN won that one out. And I think that's just, that's it, right? It's almost like when everything is equal in terms of utility, in terms of HP and everything, and SRN is just on it. So I think, of course, the thing we're really looking forward to is SRN versus Fluorescent.
Yeah, that's going to be insane, because up until this point, Floor's stats this year overall, on average, have been better than all of her stats last year's run. So just the form from the two of them is just outrageous at the moment.
So I want to ask you guys, Alexi and Aneri, obviously you faced them yesterday. I know it's a bit fresh, and especially those last two maps were the two maps that you guys played as well. So it's so fresh. Do you think MIBR has improved even more since yesterday? Or do you think, or like it's an and/or question, or G2 goes in? Do you think they weren't at their 100%?
I think MIBR improved a lot. Like, we were watching all 3 maps today. Their form is different. The way they play with more confidence today, I would feel. And they play more as a team today. And like in general, I feel like everyone in the team, they cannot miss a shot. Everyone is so clutch. Everyone is like on the top of their game today. And they just played amazing today. I feel like they improved a lot from yesterday.
Do you agree with that, Alexi?
Yeah, because they sent us home also, the 2 Pacific teams. So
Yes.
the momentum is very important for them. That made them beat the G2 today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it kinda, so sad.
Yeah, in fact, man, G2 goes in.
Yeah.
We call this the House of Gozen. We're here in Berlin, Germany. A lot of us talents, in fact, even predicted a Gozen win today, a majority of us. And they had so many fans. They were absolutely incredible throughout this whole year, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they tactically looked so good in this tournament overall. It's insane to think that we still, after all these years, have not gotten like a Shopify versus G2 final, or at least just like that core Melon Alexis versus Petra and Mimi. It is so crazy. They're always remaining at the very top, though. They had some incredible games. I mean, that Shopify match in the upper final is an instant classic. That's one for the GC history books. That will be talked about forever. That's so rewatchable. That game was incredible.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of growth from the team, a lot from not just the team, but the individuals. They are so iconic in the game changer scene. I think a lot of players actually often look up to them, and the leadership style that Mimi has, the sort of experience that Petra has. How do you guys view G2 Gozen?
Because I came from, like, my first FPS game is CSGO, and Mimi played CSGO. So when I was like 12 years old, Mimi was already going pro and stuff. And then I would like watch her YouTube montage clips as a kid, and it made me like feel so happy that I see like, oh my gosh, she's a girl playing, and like I can do that. I want to do that also. I want to go pro and stuff. And I think Mimi is just my role model growing up. So yeah.
Shout out to Mimi. I think she's a role model for a lot. Yeah.
I always look up to her also.
Oh wow.
Ever since the first championship, me and Odell was watching the first champs because she didn't qualify and I haven't qualified.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah. Then we were just like, oh, look, Mimi's so good, and her mindset is so different. Like it's for like the level of being a leader.
I agree.
Yeah, what qualities exactly in the leadership? I think one thing a lot of the players here have remarked on is, I guess, the chemistry and the friendship and the bonds that are kind of formed. Is that something you could tell from just watching at home?
I think because we were watching the features today, like the video they made today, and then Mimi said that even though they lost yesterday, Mimi wants to take the responsibility, and like she doesn't want to put burden on her superstars. That's what she said. And I feel like that's such a rare quality in a player, like to take everyone's burden and like just make sure everyone's okay. And I feel like that's what makes her such a good leader.
Yeah.
It's a very good quality.
I agree.
Now I have to ask about MIBR. Now that they've won, do you feel relieved that they won? Like, okay, this is the team that we lost to. Or are you more sad? Like, oh, they took down 2 Pacific teams. Like, how do you feel about it? Actually, do you have any personal thoughts that you're willing to share? If you don't want, you don't have to.
Personally, I'm still like feeling sad since the yesterday's game. But it's like a deja vu, like last year when G2 lost to Team Liquid. So yeah, it's just the same feeling again. And I'm just looking forward for tomorrow's game.
How about you?
To be honest, it's the same like Alexi. I just kind of have like deja vu, like, oh, we got sent home by the Brazil teams again. So I feel sad, but at the same time, I don't feel sad because I know we tried our best, and MIBR is such an insane team. So like, huge props to them.
Yeah, they have been absolutely insane. In fact, let's look at the brackets. Let's look at the journey that we went on over the last week and a half. And like you guys said, it's like deja vu. It's kind of crazy that the script has gone this way. What?
I know. I mean, the real standout thing for me when we're heading into tomorrow is when we go back into the upper bracket and remember that G2 beat MIBR just earlier this week, and they have leveled up so much that they were able to 3-0 them and end the series beating G2 on the map that G2 destroyed them on last time, which was Sunset. Like, a complete reversal there is so insane, and it does just set us up for the craziest final
I think that
imaginable.
it's so important. It means they've fixed their mistakes. And the two of you were remarking on this, like, you felt G2 Gozen maybe shouldn't have changed their comps, but in fact, fix their, fix the holes, the gaps, the mistakes instead. And it looks like that's what MIBR ended up doing. They've leveled up. Do you guys believe in like the rematch, Chris? Because G2 rematched with MIBR today, and normally the winner ends up losing the second time, or at least statistically. Do you think that's a real thing?
I somehow believe.
I believe it actually,
Yeah.
because when, especially if you're the one losing at the first match, you learn a lot, and you will have like the hunger to win, and you will have the feeling like, oh, I really want to fix these mistakes. So I think MIBR going to the lower bracket, it made them improve in such a fast rate, and it makes them look very, very scary. So yeah.
Well, I do have to ask, now that we are going to be seeing Shopify Rebellion, we're going to see them go against MIBR. We haven't seen them face off this tournament yet. Now with a leveled up MIBR, I think a lot of us were predicting Shopify. What all three of you? Do you want to go down the line? Any initial thoughts?
For today's
I'm
match,
scared to predict. I don't know.
I'm scared to predict also. But for today's match, MIBR's style today, there's a chance, maybe.
I think it's a 3-2 game for me. Like a repeat of last year again. Maybe it'll go all 5 maps again, I feel.
And Wyatt.
And no one has picked a winner.
I know.
No one is actually going for
No
winner.
one's committing. This
I
is
know,
your
it's
last
so
day on the
tough,
desk.
'cause I feel like SR have a bit of a deeper playbook, a lot of little utility combos and things that they'll bring out, which isn't something that MIBR do, but the form that they're in, the fundamentals they have, how aggressive and fearless they are, I might go with Brazil taking it this year 3-2. I think it's going to be a 5-mapper as well.
I agree.
I'm going to go with MIBR, but I don't feel confident in it because both teams are so good.
I know. So I think tomorrow's going to be absolutely crazy. And before we close it out, I think this Game Changers Championship experience has been really special. It's not your first time here, but I feel like a lot has grown and changed. Do you guys have a favorite moment, something like why you love Game Changers?
I think like I think the most favorite moment and the most like memorable moment is like when, even though we lost yesterday, I feel like I can see my teammates, they have a lot of growth in them. Like we were all set, but we don't like feel sad the whole day. We were just like, guys, we tried our best, don't be too sad about it, and we learned a lot, and we matured a lot also. So yeah.
I think for me, the most memorable is meeting my friends as well internationally. Because for example, I'm friends with FlyQuest, I'm friends with Floor, so we had the chance to meet again,
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I mean, this is definitely the special part about Game Changers Championships. So this, do you have any quick thoughts, actually?
Any quick thoughts?
As a non-player?
As a non-player, it's my last
I realized I didn't
day
ask you.
doing this.
I know,
No,
but
I
it's your
mean,
last day. I feel like you should...
Sure, I mean, yeah, it's just been amazing to be here for the first GCC that I've been able to be a part of in person. The games have been awesome. The vibes are also incredible here. Everyone has been super kind. It's been such a sick tournament, and I'm just excited to see how it's going to actually end. This grand final should be insane.
I think it's going to be so insane. I think we all know that. So thank you so much, Wyatt, Alexi, and Aneri, also from Zipto. Thanks for joining me here at the desk. I'm Victoria. Thank you, everyone, for watching at home. I hope you guys enjoyed that lower finals. And tomorrow is going to be a crazy grand finals against Shopify Rebellion and MIBR. So we'll see you tomorrow for that grand final. Bye.
Bye.
It's lower finals time, baby. The teams are laser focused more than ever in this make or break moment. We've got G2 Gozen and MIBR, the sole remaining representatives of their nations, colliding in a battle for for that trophy.
It's Amy with one, Amy with another, and now it is just Sayuri.
The agile in the clutch. Amy's not looking. A 1v1. Amy beats right into her. Sayuri.
He has struggled so far in the first half. We know she is one of the best players in the world. See what she can do into backside and gets the first one. It's now been taken down low.
Smokes off the spike, but she's chipped down to 1 HP. And MIBR are just running her down. Jubes actually dies for it. SRN is blind now. This should not be possible. Vanya trying to stick to halfway. SRN baiting it out. She has the kill. It's their time. It's down to the last second. Vanya's done it. An absolutely unbelievable clutch.
Vanya is unreal.
They should not let Melissa get away with anything. But Petra is so far ahead of the rest of the team. There's a paranoia. Melissa tucks in Jelly as well. That angle is good damage. Onto rescue. The Blade Storm whiffs. She's off the map. And MIBR strike first. They claim G2 Gozin's home map. Getting wrapped by Jubes, who's already made noise. But it's a spam again. They never miss through a smoke.
Ridiculous.
Vanya escaped 2 ultimates with that teleport. But Rescue, oh my, almost lost her life. And now she,
Rescue!
How has she gotten 4? But Mimi has the stun. Vanya should swing out, and this round should be. It is.
How about Rescue, huh? That's exactly what they needed.
What's happening?
MIBR with only 1 player left to deal with Rescue. Okay, that's 2. 3 for Rescue! It's safe this game alone. We're down to 30 health. A crossfire for MIBR, and they put an end to it. 13-10. MIBR take their home map, and they're up 2-0 in this best of 5.
SRN is still going for it. What? She won that fight?
No one thought she would. They can't even follow up off this Rolling Thunder. SRN is blinded, stunned. She still gets 2! 1 kill away from securing the A. She won't get it. But MIBR are up 11-1.
Rescue moving on in. Has the judge in hand. Players blinded up in backside, but SNR finds the first one. Rescue, no more bullets left in the tank, and SRN is just making mincemeat out of G2. Blinded up, but it doesn't matter. They are going to the finals.
For the 2nd year in a row, G2 Gozin crumble at the hands of a team made in Brazil.